Every single time I think that I want to put blame outside of myself, I bring it back inside of me. The other day, I was cleaning out my office and setting up a nice little space here, and I ran across this journal of mine. And I want to share something with you because I am a big advocate of life scripting and writing it down and getting really clear on your vision. And on December 10th of 2025, I wrote down the Quantum Empath. I have something that is going to work, taking my time, but going in the right direction. Patience, consistency, experimentation. Past, I felt I needed to compete, mentally pushing it forward. It's big unraveling of programs. I used to abandon myself, excited to get my freedom. Changes the way I respond to the world. Measured action, more interested in going with the flow, requires emotional work. Show up and love these things. Reading, research, therapy. Sometimes I don't even remember writing this stuff because it comes from my guides or my higher self. Look good, feel good, show up for myself. Work together energy in relationship. I am seeing all of me as lovable. What we resist persists. Observing myself, developing a new identity, emotionally centered and stable, boundaries, protecting, more open and fluid, surrender versus boundaries. I am freeing myself, but check to make sure I am staying centered. Stay present in life, rest, different, moving through the world, nest, rest. Don't celebrate too soon. Build the fire. Let it grow. Trust the pause. Determination and focus is key. I wrote that December 10th of 2025. I've started a podcast. I've started a TikTok. I've started a YouTube channel. And yes, I have an Instagram under my Stay Tuned Soul Therapy that was my original kind of, what do they call it? Personal brand. The goal of my Stay Tuned Soul Therapy, that's a true representation of my journey, because I am not the same person I was when I started that channel. I didn't have an egg. I was doing work out of my apartment, my low income apartment, and then I was going and doing remote healings with people. I was practicing on my friends. I was doing sound baths for my neighbors. And I wanted to be in a house. I wanted to have a place to practice my healing work. And I feel like I manifested that. I was able to get a home that is 20 minutes from the ski resort where I ski. It's on 2.5 acres, and it had this beautiful little separate entrance room that worked really well. And then I had this little room off the back of the house that I would do personal sound baths. And Spirit said, we need you to go bigger. At the time, I was cleaning houses and I was only helping about 13 families. And I was exhausted. I didn't feel like I could do more cleaning. And I loved helping the families, but I'm tired. And Spirit knew that. And I said, I'm ready for my softer life. I'm ready to not be down on my hands and knees scrubbing baseboards. And for some reason, I carried that guilt around with me for a while because I feel like, the stereotype of the house cleaner is the one who is the servant. And I never felt like a servant. I felt like an angel. I treated myself like an angel. I treated my clients like I would want my home treated. I was very careful and meticulous, and I didn't over cram my schedule because I didn't want to rush through people's houses, leaving behind dust or cobwebs because I was rushing. And so I would just take my time doing one house a day. And my need for less stuff allowed me to have flexibility in my schedule of only cleaning 1 or 2 houses a day. And I didn't live high on the hog. I've never lived high on the hog. And that's the thing about the people that I'm finding in this collective is that we are soul-led mission workers, meaning maybe we bypassed the whole ego consciousness phase of the game and went straight into victim to the, healing us versus them, the healing that way. I don't know. Just an observation. I don't know your story. So I have been just walking this path, and I've always used this platform as a way of sharing information and insights that I think will help people. And I've always said I only want to come on here and make content if it's from spirit. And what I have been asked to do is I am working with a collective of people that I have met through social media, and we are all on a very similar frequency, and I want to bring them into the picture and have them share their stories of how their awakening happened, how they kind of stumbled upon information, and how their process unfolded for them. Because I think that the more of us who are sharing our stories of awakening, the more we can normalize it. And I feel like we don't really get to do that in those little 3-minute reels that we're doing on social media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. We can only get so much information across in a short amount of time. And there's so much that goes into it. There's so many different levels of the game. And so my goal will be to leave a meal rather than just little shorts and breadcrumbs, but actual meals for people to tap into. Let the algorithm serve up the material to the people that need it at the time that they need it. That's always my intention with my content, that it reaches the people who need to see it, the people who need to hear it. Because I don't go searching out a lot of content, but my algorithm is constantly serving me information. And the way I see it is it's because I'm sending my thoughts out to the field, and the field is then sending me the information. The field isn't storing information about motorcycles in my particular field because that's not what my thoughts are attuned to. And that's how the algorithm works for all of us. What your thoughts are attuned to is what is going to be sent back. And this isn't because you have a chip in your brain. I'll tell you more, but I've been reading this handbook to higher consciousness that was written in June of 1972. And he actually has an entire chapter on the human biocomputer. The optimal use of your biocomputer. 1972, you guys, this guy was calling us biocomputers. This is not when there was a computer in every single home. So I want you to take into account the possibility that these pieces of information aren't just futuristic quantum physics, but they go way back to, all these systems and computers and whatnot are actually, I think, based on us. Wi-Fi is based on the same thing that this is based on the same thing that Tesla developed electricity around. Wireless. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys tune in. If you have any questions or topics that you're curious about, let's chat. You can email me at staytunedsoultherapy@gmail.com. I also have a link in my bio if you need to get a hold of me for any reason. I do offer Harmonic Egg services. I offer coaching. That's what I do. It's my mission. So I look forward to bringing you more content. Getting your biofield, your aura coherent is such a cheat code, you guys. Sorry. A New Force on Plasma that Dana Kipple wrote talks all about coherence and how we become this magnetic biofield. And so, yeah, did I know that the egg was good for that? Yeah, I did. And, maybe it hasn't caught on to the masses yet, but it will. And if you're seeing this, maybe it's meant for you. So thank you for being here. And I look forward to having a guest on soon for you guys. Until then, take care, get outside and ground, and don't forget to hydrate.